Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, where last episode started on the bed swap for the 81 Silverado. Got the bed off the parts truck, got the back painted red, so everybody can see the color it's going. It's kind of hard to say whether it's the same or not, but it's good enough. It's red. I don't really like bright dark red, or I don't know what color it's called. Well, according to the color of the paint, it was what was it, not candy apple red, but something like that. Anyway, I showed you all that last episode. Swapping beds because for some reason this Texas truck is a little rusty. Not sure why. Might have spent a few years up north on some salt roads. But you can see here, all rust there, both sides. The other side's more Bondo. Been patched up before, but it is Bondo in there. And there's Bondo flaking off here. And inside the bed, all rusty. I don't think I showed the front up here. See all the rust spots up here? So we're just going to swap the bed. The bolts for this one came right out, zipped right out, no rust. This one not so much. It's a little more rusty under there, and I had to weld the bolt heads there so they weren't spinning very good. Even soaked down with some WD-40. Anyway, I got them all out. Got this bed ready to pull up. Not an easy job to do for one person. We're gonna put the engine hoist like this. That's how we got that bed up. I showed you all that last video, but we're gonna do it again. Where I did with my, there isn't a very good way of doing this, of getting the front up. I had to put a piece of wood here and a couple of farm jacks. Oh, I laid them over there. Gonna use these farm jacks on each end. Very unstable. I hate using them, but I don't, there's no good way of lifting that bed up so you can get the truck out from underneath of it. So we're gonna struggle with that. If it falls, it falls. It ain't no big deal. On this bed, I doubt anybody's gonna want to buy it. It's all fixable, but why fix it when I got a bed right here? There's no rust on it. It's full of dents. Easily fixed, and then the inside of the bed's pretty damn good. I banged that little dent. It's just a dent right there. I'm gonna probably get that a little bit better. And I started scraping some of this crud that was sticking on there. We may sand this down. I don't really want to go overboard with this, but may spend a little time sand some of this down and put some pour 15 over it. Okay, the only difference I found is, see these back two, or back four, two there, they're the same as this one. Same spots. Now up here, see those two are pretty far apart. Well, these two are real close together. Okay, that's just the end I cut off. That's not a third one over there. So with the other bed, it's here. Now you know how you can tell where they are. I'll get this cat out of the way. See this indentation? That's where the bolt is. It's indentation, bolt there. Indentation here, that's where one would go. So Can't remember if there's a hole underneath the brace where that comes out. We'll check it. But that's where you drill it to put it in this spot here. Or drill a hole here. Well, we don't have to drill a hole here. What we're going to do is drill a hole here, maybe. This one was the real long bolt that went all the way down to the frame. Deal. I'll show you when get it off. And it had a hole underneath there. This one, the frame on this one may not have a hole in it, so it may not fit. Anyway, that's no big deal. I think most people would probably just put the 2 front ones in and leave the 2 rear ones, but we want to get all 8 bolts in there. Okay, that's the only difference I can see. Like I said, it's a pretty solid bed. No rust or anything. It was dented a little bit along this bottom, but we can fix that. We got a lot of holes drilled in it. I don't know what the hell they were doing with this. All holes along here, but we'll get to the body work and fill all that in, fix all the dents, take off these side moldings, the wheel well moldings. I've already taken it off that bed. So yeah, I don't have a very good spot to pull this bed and leave it. I'll probably do it right here, but I don't want the farm jack falling over and hitting the new bed. So I may just pull it up here where I was unbolting it. But see, this is where Nikki comes out here, so I don't want her to come hitting it. Anyway, we got to jack this up, pull the truck out from underneath of it, swap everything around to this bed, jack it up, and then drive the truck underneath of it. But we may clean up this frame and everything. I know the rear end's all greasy. We may take a scraper to it. I guess I don't want to go too overboard with this truck. It's I don't mind the labor too much, but we don't want to spend days wire wheeling everything down and getting it all perfect. We may put a little bit of pour 15 down there and a little bit on the top of this bed, and then just grab some my old black paint that I bought that was too thick from that El Camino, and spray a coat of black underneath here. May do that, I don't know, but I'll show y'all what it looks like underneath when we get that far. So yeah, I took the wiring harness out of it, had the chrome rails, took them off. I don't know if I'm going to put them chrome rails back, put them on this bed or not. Probably not, but they look kind of cool. I know they're kind of expensive new. I'd like some chrome bed rails on it. It's going to be all two-tone shiny paint with new chrome. It would look good with some chrome. Tell me what y'all think about that. Like I said, I don't want to go too overboard spending hundreds of dollars on extra stuff, but may put the old ones back on. I think they're in pretty good shape. Yeah, so everything should be disconnected, and we'll just lift her up. So okay, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay guys, I got it off. It wasn't it wasn't easy. It kept falling. You can tell the way it's crooked there. Anyway, I got it. Use a couple of jacks, and these farm jacks are just useless. It's going to be hard getting this up and on there. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'll probably weld my mufflers a little bit better. I think the muffler that was on it had a big old hole and stuff in it, and I had almost the same type of muffler and welded it on, but of course you can see up here I couldn't get it very good. It's not loud or nothing, so I'll probably just put some welds there better, and then just use my scraper, clean it up a little bit. It's not really just that, I don't know. See, the rear end's all gunked up. As I said in the last video, this pinion seal here is leaking, but I'm not about to cat out of the way. I'm not going to change that. They can be for the next owner. So yeah, I don't know. I doubt I'll put any paint on it. Maybe just scrape some crud off of there, and it's not bad really. Okay, then I guess when I come back tomorrow, we'll get that jacked up and see if we can drive this underneath of it, bolt it up. Oh, we wanted to check the, yeah, there's some rust bubbles in behind here. Oh, that's a little loose right there. I could probably put the bed on and leave it back here a little bit right before the fender hits the wheel and fix that. Well, I may fix it before I put the bed on. I need to get some fiberglass. I'm out of the fiberglass Bondo stuff. I don't think I'm gonna weld new metal in there. I don't know. I'll grind it down and bang it around a little bit, see how much we got. I may just fill it in with that fiberglass Bondo stuff. Throw a little primer on there and then bolt the bed on. I don't want to be dicking around for a long time. I want to get this bed on there, then get this one out of here. Okay, so see you tomorrow. Okay guys, I wanted to show you this. See where that red truck, it's got a hole there and there. This one's got it there, there, and there. Okay, where that one ends up is right here. And it goes all the way down to that bottom frame. There's no hole here. I'm not about to drill a hole through all this metal and through the bottom, same thing. So what we'll do is just drill a hole in the bed right here. Drill a hole there, that way we'll have four bolts. I have to see. Yes, that. Okay. No, that's that one. We'll have to see where the see where that is. Oh, it does. It goes through that second bar, but this one doesn't have a second bar right there. Oh, yes, it does. 3 bars. Okay, so it's already got the hole in that bar. So we just gotta drill a hole right there. So that's what we'll do. Okay, I'll be back. You want to go for a ride in the car? You want to go for a ride in the car? You want to go for a ride in the car? And she knows the car's there, but we walk around so she don't bump into anything over there. So we'll go around the long way. But y'all gotta see this. Nikki just loves riding in the car. So we're gonna go out, Walmart, get some Bondo glass, go to Harbor Freight, get some welding wire, or something else. Are you ready to go for a ride in the car? You ready to go for a ride in the car? You know where the car's at. You know where the car's at. You ready? You ready to go for a ride in the car? Yeah, you know where it's at, don't you, girl? You know where it's at? Okay, you ready? You ready? Good girl. You ready to go for a car ride, aren't you? You ready to go for a car ride? Ready to go for a car ride? Good girl. Okay, first stop's Whataburger for a little breakfast. And got pancakes, bacon, and hash browns. Nikki likes hash browns. Want a hash brown? Oh, it's pretty hot. She usually eats it right away, but she'll eat it. Okay, we'll be going to Harbor Freight next. Piece of bacon. Ready for another hash brown? Nikki? She ate that first one. There she goes. Nikki likes her snacks. You like that, Nikki? That's a good girl. You like going for rides, don't you? Huh? Come on, Nikki. You doing okay? That's a good girl. Okay, guys. Got some Bondo glass at Walmart, like 22 something. They do have, for years they haven't sold gallons of Bondo. Last time they did, about, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, was $18.99 a gallon. Well, they got gallons back, $59.97 for the Bondo brand of Bondo. Just crazy. So yeah, it's gone up, what, 300%? So, but I don't, yeah, I don't buy it there anyway. You get it online for 25-30 bucks for a gallon of Bondo, so that's what I've been buying. Not the same brand, just some other brand. Anyway, we're heading back, and we'll go over some stuff when I get back. Went to Harbor Freight, got the flex cord welding wire so we can weld up that exhaust. Okay, I'll be back. Well, we're back home, Nikki. We're back home. Okay, let me guide you out so you don't hurt yourself. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Take a shortcut. See, she don't run very fast because she's very cautious. Okay, before we get started, I gotta go over. I just posted the last video of this truck and got a bunch of comments. Hang on, let me shut off the radio in here. Okay, a few of you mentioned how I had this was the hoist lifting up the back end, and the two farm jacks with this wood. Oh, why don't you just use the hoist and put a ratchet, X out the ratchet strap. Some guy mentioned Dum Speed Shop, and that's what he calls himself, so I'll just call himself Dum Speed Shop. But yeah, he did that, but then you put in the hoist this way, see? Then you can get at the center, and you can lift the bed up. Now he just lifted the bed up to do the cab corners. Now the problem is, you can't get the truck out. You got the legs of the hoist. You can't move the truck out. I need to move the truck out. So that ain't gonna work. The hoist is too short to fit and get the middle. You have to get the center. And if you got the tailgate off, it's gonna be heavier over here. So you're gonna have to get it over here somewhere. Well, the hoist is not long enough. Neither are the legs. Even if the top was long enough, you stuck a steel bar in there or something to get it another foot or two over. the whole hoist will tip over trying to lift it up from here. The whole hoist would just tip over. You'd need another foot or two longer legs and longer ram thing. So you can't lift it up that way and then drive the truck out. Okay? You know, I don't know why I have to explain that, but I guess some people... Okay. One guy mentioned he did it in his carport, and that's fine. Like I mentioned, you could do it in the shop and use some ratchets, come-alongs or whatever, and get it up in the air, then pull the truck out. The other thing with this is you got to get this thing pretty tall. You got to get these quarter panels here past this wheel. You got to get them up this high so you can roll the truck out. So I don't even think that would go that high. You'd have to get it really... Okay, but anyway, it won't work. Another guy mentioned he did a carport, and it may work. I'd be afraid of it bending, but if you got a strong enough carport, you could lift the bed up, drive the truck out, but then what? This is I'm talking about a one-person job here. So then you'd have to lower it to the ground and then move it, then get your other bed and move it in there, then hoist it up, then back the truck up. So how am I supposed to get this bed moved around by myself? Move it around from here underneath the carport. Can't, you know, it's... So this is what we're about to do here in a little while. Okay, I've been using some old 80 grit. Like I mentioned in other videos, don't throw your old sandpaper away that you use for body work. Put it in a box because, well, you're going to use it. I've already done a bunch of it. And we're going to just go over it like that. I went over it yesterday and blew it all off. But I'm going to go in and get all these areas here. You know, it's mostly all dust and stuff from dirt roads or whatever. I can clean it up, and I think I'll just put a little black paint on there. Nothing fancy, just spray some paint. And I get my grinder out, set you up on a tripod or something. I'm going to grind them corners out, see what we got there. If it's too bad, we're going to weld in some metal, and then we're going to use that Bondo glass, which is waterproof. What I highly recommend over welds to, you know, cover up pinholes and stuff in welds, or, you know, holes and a little bit of rust holes. You can bang in the metal, put that in there, then it's not going to rust through. Bondo body filler will absorb moisture and crack later on. The Bondo glass is waterproof, so it's perfect for rust repair. And we're going to be using the Bondo glass on all these holes here that I mentioned earlier, all these, and it won't crack because water gets under there. Well, of course, no matter whether you use Bondo or fiberglass, you need to paint up underneath of it. A lot of people don't, so you'd have to get in here, the cab corner, and clean it all out in there, and then prime, paint, undercoat in there. But see, here's the problem with this truck. It's not that big of it. It's got all this factory cardboard stuff in here. It goes way down in the pockets, and I could probably pull all that out, which I probably will. But if it's all covered up with stuff, and a big hassle of trying to get at it to undercoat it, then, you know, you can use that fiberglass. And plus we're going to use it on the bottom of this door. Well, we're probably going to weld in some metal here. And but see, I don't know how bad this is here. There's a couple little holes, but we're going to grind it out to about here and bang it all in with a hammer and see how bad it is. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay guys, I got this tire inflator from a sponsor That's it there, YANTU. It's supposed to be a good one. Like, holds a lot of charge. Inflates it pretty fast. There's power button right there. Okay, then it's got a charging USB cord. This deal here to use your cigarette lighter to charge it up, so you don't have to if it runs out. And then this cord here, that's just put that on there like that, and then this on your tire. So we're gonna go check it out. I'm not sure what it's doing. Oh, I guess you can set it for, we'll set it at 38.5. I don't know what this, kPa, kilogram. There's a big old instruction book, or not a big one, this little thing here. Okay, then a carrying bag, but let's bring it over to a car and check it out. Let's go over to the old pickup here I put back over here. It had that tire that goes flat after about a day. Right here. So let's put that on there like that. See if we can get her started. I'm not exactly sure what that. We wanted PSR, didn't we? I don't know what all these buttons do. 36. Oh yeah, I can see it going up already. I was just telling you how much pressure's in it right now. 5.6, 6 psi. It's pretty quick. And I guess these are the bars up here. Tells you how much power. It's got 2 bars. I just unpacked it, so I haven't charged it up or nothing. Okay, 7.5. Keep going up. 8. Anyway, you can see she's about half full. 11. Okay, guess that's the on and off. Okay, that's all we need to push this button here for the power. Yeah, we'll charge her up and be keeping her handy. Be good for all these junk cars I got around here, but it'd be good for you guys, just for carrying around with you or have it in your own garage. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you that. Nice enough for them to send it. I'll have the link and whatever they want me to put in the description. Okay, we'll be back with the cab corners on this. Be right back. Okay guys, it's got a grinder here. Probably not very good, probably needs to be cut again, but let's get started. Got a nut and a bolt right there. That's messed up. Anyway, how good you can see. Okay. 2 layers, it's gone through both of them. So what we want to do is, yeah. So I don't like recording a lot of this grinding and stuff because it'll ruin the lens of the camera, and I can't afford to buy these cameras like the big guys do every month or something. Buy a new camera. Been using the same camera for since I started YouTube a couple years ago. We have to get a cutting wheel and grind that off, but let's see if we can get some of this and show you what's, whether it's rocker panels or stuff like this. There's a dirt dollar right there. And so you want to get all that stuff out of there. So it looks like we'll have to get some metal and patch that. Yeah, we're not going to be buying patch panels. Get that out of there. We're going to grind a little bit better. Get some metal, weld it down in here, maybe all the way down to here. Weld it across there, like that. Probably like that. If I can hold the camera straight. Probably around to here, weld it here, down there, around the bottom. So I'm going to grind it out a little bit better. And you see this coming through the back too. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, got this old Mustang fender here. I'm gonna cut a couple little squares out. Been banging it all out. And grab the air hose and blow all that stuff out. And got a measuring tape and a marker. Going to measure, going like I said before, from there to there, there to there, 2 pieces, and get them ready to weld in. I'll be back. Okay guys, I got 2 pieces cut out. I'm not gonna bother cutting all this out. Just gonna weld, or weld over top of it. So it's gonna go in something like that at this edge here, which will join up to this one here. I'm gonna tack this in at the bottom like that, and then tack it to this other edge. and just weld all the way around it and grind her down, fill her in with some Bondo glass. Then we can get a hole from the back here and we'll spray in some rust neutralizer, maybe a little primer, a little bit of whatever. But yeah, it'd take forever for this to rust back through this, so not too worried about it. Okay, let me start tacking it on there. I'll be back. Okay guys, welded it up here in this patch here. Got blowing through holes here because it was kind of weak. Had to build that up with weld. But anyway, we're just going to spread some Bondo glass over that, sand her down a little bit, prime it, and it'll be done. Just did it with my little cheap Harbor Freight welder, flux core welder. So yeah, let me get a little Bondo glass on that. I'll be right back. Okay guys, got a little bit of it mixed up here in the pizza box. Okay, we just want to press it in real good around the welds. I said to get all the little pinholes and stuff. Trying to spread it and aim the camera at the same time. Okay, that's probably good enough there. I got a little bit more mixed up. You want to smooth it out straight with Bondo instead of this Bondo glass, because Bondo's cheaper than this stuff. It won't take much Bondo. This is pretty good right here. Okay, we'll let that smooth and sand her down. Put a little Bondo over it. In the meantime, we'll start on the other side. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I just ground it all out. There's old Bondo in there. That was all that bubbling. And then a bunch of drill holes where they drilled for a dent puller. So it looked like it was creased in here at one point. And so anyway, yeah, we're just gonna bang all this rust in like the other side. Get all the loose stuff off. Now you can cut all this out and then get a piece of metal and get it exact where you cut it out and weld it all in. But I don't really like doing that because on the other side that weld's going to be showing through, and that'll be the first place it's going to rust out. That's why I kind of like just putting an overlap patch on it, especially down like here where it doesn't really matter smoothness wise, although we're going to get it straight. But you know, it'll be smoother if you do that. Cut it, put a piece in there, weld it smooth. But if it's overlapped, you just bang it in a little bit and then just a little bit of Bondo straightener out. So anyway, I don't think it's as bad. Well, there is a little spot down here. Have to do it the same way. I'm just gonna cut out, probably grind some more of this Bondo out here. You can see Bondo up here too. Yeah, up here, that's all Bondo. Must have been wiped out on this cab corner or something. Big crease on it. There is a dent right there. Although hell, I could have done that taking the bed off. A little mark right here. So anyway, we cut out a couple more pieces and weld it on there. I'll be back. Hey guys, I got 2 pieces cut out here. We'll put one in about like that. And then this one here in about like that. So yeah, let me spot those in and I'll be back. Okay guys, there it is. Got it all ready for some Bondo glass. Cut a little bit there, but mainly want to worry about getting this done. Put a little, yeah, this is all kind of caved in right here, but I don't think I'm going to bother fixing that. I'm going to take a bucket of water and soap and clean all this stuff here off. Because, yeah, won't be able to clean it with the bed on there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, this side's dry, so got my DA with a 80 grit on it. And, here, let me just... I don't know how... We'll try that. I can't see out of that viewfinder thing, so just guessing. Okay guys, what we're gonna do is get some Bondo and smear it, and then probably just DA it. Probably doesn't need to be blocked. And so you can see the low spot there, low spot, and that's it. Just put some Bondo on there and DA it down again, and then we'll prime it. I don't know if I should put some red paint on there or not. I think I can get at this while the bed's on there, but we'll figure it out. I'll be back. Okay guys, I spread some Bondo on there. Next episode, or coming up soon, we're gonna fix all this rust on this door. See it all down there? We're gonna grind that out, probably coat it with 415, and probably put a patch in here. So we'll get some more rust repair going. Driver's door is not as bad, but it does have some rust. Rockers are real good. Floors and everything are good. It's just doors, cab, and then it was the bed. Okay, yeah, let me get some you can see all this. I don't know if some of that's overspray or what. The truck has been painted before, so anyway, I'm gonna scrub that down, get that clean, and I'll be back. Alright guys, next day. Got all the body filler smoothed out. Got a little primer here. Got a new gun. If you haven't seen, in the couple videos ago, I went down Harbor Freight and had these on sale for $9.99. Bought 4 of them, so I'm good for a couple years probably. So the primer's a little thick, but go to the other side. I was thinking I should have straightened this out here, right here, but where do you stop, you know? Yeah, there's some red in there from when I painted the front of that bed red and cleaned the gun out with some thinner. I reuse all that stuff and I mixed it in with this primer. Anyway, let me put another couple of coats on there. Then we'll decide if I want to put a little red paint on there, which I probably will. And then clean up this bed some more, or this frame some more, and paint it black. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm gonna blow off all the dust here and okay, like I said earlier, you could spend a couple of days wire wheeling, getting this perfect and painting it all black, but the truck's not worth that much money. It's not worth the labor of doing all that. So I just scuffed it down, got the loose stuff off. I'm gonna blow it off some more, and I'll come back and I'm gonna mix up some black paint. Just put it a little bit around there. It's not going to be up underneath. I'm not going to spend a couple hours scraping all that rear end right now. You can do that later if you wanted to. And you know, if it's your truck, you can spend the time doing it. It doesn't really cost you much. So yeah, I'm going to mix up some black paint, spray a little black on there, and then mix up a little red and put some red on there. And then I'm ready to put this bed on there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I just mixed up a little bit of cheap black acrylic enamel. Yeah, I know I'm painting over dirt and rust. Like I said, if you wanted to do a good job, pour 15 it all first, at least all the rusty areas, and then put some black paint on it. But there's the serial number. And same with underneath this bed. Use a hoist and jack it up pretty high at a 45-degree angle. Get under there, scrape it, paint it black too. You know, if you wanted to make it look nice for your own personal satisfaction, but to me, it's not going to increase the value that much, and it's just too bad these trucks never came around and are worth very much down here in the south anyway. There was one on there. It looked like this one because it had the gold color. Running and driving, needs some work. The interior was kind of needs some work, but $2 grand, you know, $2 grand running and driving. So anyway guys, probably gonna the gun is a little touchy. I know this video is going to be long, so okay, let me paint the rest of it and I'll be back and show you. Okay, there it is guys. Gotta mix up a little bit of red paint. We'll put a little bit of red here. Okay, let me put a couple coats on it and I'll be back. Okay guys, yeah, you can tell here it's a little darker red, but that's okay. So I think that's all I'll do to it before we put on the bed. Of course this will be sanded and repainted anyway, but like I said, I mainly wanted to get the red back here. Okay, so going to use the hoist, jack up the back here. Now these farm jacks, I said, are useless. I think what I'm going to do is weld that straight so it doesn't. I guess there's a purpose to it, why it does that. I'm not sure why, being called a farm jack. I guess it's used on the farm to jack up something. But for what I need it for, I don't need it to be doing this. It'd probably be better to get some bigger bigger bottom plates too and make it sturdy, but I'm just going to weld that up so that doesn't move. My other plan was to, because that's a problem, I can get it jacked up, but they sway around too much. So I was thinking of backing the El Camino up. Oh shit, I thought I had a tailgate hitch on that. Anyway, use a come along or a ratchet from there to this post here, but then again, you don't know which way it's going to sway. I find something, pull my Jeep over here. Anyway, tie down both farm jacks so they don't sway. As long as I can get it up underneath there within, you know, a few minutes. Last time it took about 2 minutes and it fell. So I'm going to screw around with that, and then I'll come back and I'll show you me backing up underneath of it. Some guy just posted a link. Oh yeah, you can do it with a jack and 4 ratchet straps. Well, and he put a link and it showed up, and then when I clicked the link, it went to it. It was like a 2-minute video of some guy, but it was a short bed, for one thing. The second thing is he didn't jack it all. He jacked it up about this much from the frame, and then the video ends. Well, let's see you jack it 4 feet in the air and drive the truck out from under it. But anyway, it was a short bed, so it may have worked, but you can't do it with a long bed, like I said. So yeah, anyway, you're not allowed to post, or YouTube doesn't allow posting links in the comment section. So when I come back to comment, the link was gone. So I didn't delete it. If you guys try to post links, they're not going to show up, or if they do, they'll get disappeared real quick from YouTube. So anyway, that's the way we got to do it. That's like I explained before. That's the only way I can think of. Okay, so let me get this up in the air. So you got to get this bed, like I said, that above the wheels. So the bottom of that bed's got to be about here, that tall. I don't know what that is, 2-3 foot. That's how far you got to get it up. And there's not very many jacks that even have the length to go that high. That's why the farm jack is, height-wise, it's enough. But anyway, I'll be back. Hey guys, well, found one problem. See this base, how it hugs the whole thing? Well, this one's missing it. And it's not broke off, it's just different. I bought these both at the same time, Pittsburgh, from Harbor Freight. So anyway, I welded that up so it doesn't teeter, and then I welded it to these rims here. So now the biggest problem, see how it's going up. Now if you want it to go down, you're supposed to go like that, then hit this down, hold this up, pull that lever down, right? But here's the problem. You go to jack it, and that's what it does. See, it goes all the way down like that, and there's no way of jacking that so it goes down. I don't know, I have no idea why, but I've tried and tried it, unless I'm doing something wrong. But to get that piece of wood out of there, we're going to have to put a jack in the middle and a little piece of wood, a little jack. So anyway, I'm not going to be jacking these down. Just jack it up enough to clear the wheel, and then drive the truck under it, and then get that jack and a piece of wood in there, jack it up, and then pull these two out of there and a piece of wood out of there. The whatever, 2x6, 2x8, 2x10. Okay, so we'll see if that works. I'll be back. Okay guys, I got it. She's a little wobbly still. I had to bang the bottom over with that sledgehammer. It was wanting to tip. Anyway, going to okay, I think she's gonna go under. Had to get 30 inches. I think I got a little bit over 30 in the middle. So you're gonna back it up to here and then get the jack right in here and jack up the bed and then pull this stuff out. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay guys, I got it on there. Got the 4 bolts back here lined up and the 2 up here. We're gonna have to drill a hole there for those 2 bolts and then either stick a dummy head in there or weld it up. We won't be using that. Like I said, I'm not going to drill through 4 layers of thick frame metal to get the big bolt in there, so we'll just use that. Okay, it lined up pretty good. I almost tripped over the they seem to work good that way. I did get it to come down in case somebody comments. You got to go almost all the way up and then like that, and it'll start going down. But if you go just a little too far, the whole thing will shoot down. So I still don't like them. They're just, but it worked, and it'll work next time when I'm jacking a car off the frame and got to get the frame out from underneath of it. So anyway, and they'll stay outside now because probably rust or whatever. But okay, so got the bed on, 1-man job. Okay, I'm gonna use the gold tailgate. This red tailgate's kind of like the bed. I'll show you. I mean, it looks good, no dents or nothing, but see these rust holes here? All these rust along the bottom there. Oh, and that lip. So anyway, that's good to sell for $100, or good for another junker if I get one in. A little quick, cheap one. Okay, so I'm going to clean up, finish bolting them beds in. I got the bolts in and the nuts on the bottom. I just haven't tightened everything yet. Get the gas lid bolted to the bed, and then drag this. I'll probably just drag this down here and leave it over here with that, and load all that other stuff in there. So leave it out there, I guess. Probably the best spot for it. It's not going to be easy to drag since the beds are going to be digging into the ground. But anyway, next video, we'll start the body work. We'll get that new dent puller. If you're new, it's a cool tool that I got from Vevor, and we're going to grind all these out and pop all these dents out pretty damn good. And this one here, one little one here. Other than that, you know what, I don't think there's much dents on this, like the door, the fender, or the hood, roof. I don't think there's any dents. But yeah, we got to fix, show you that rust on that. See, this driver's door's good. A little bit of rust right there we'll treat. This bottom looks good. It's just this door's been swapped from another truck. And passenger door we'll have to put in a piece little patch and treat the rust along the bottom. And I think that's it, you know, unless I find, well, there's little dents here, but I don't think those will have to be pulled. But yeah, we'll be doing some pulling, a little bit of rust repair, or just body work, and we'll see. Hopefully there's no hail damage. Usually these old cars are hammered with hail. This actually feels pretty good. And that'll be the last bunch of them there I did was all hail. We'll take off the wheel well moldings, these crappy moldings here. Is there any dents on this side? There's a few little ones here. We'll be filling in these little holes here. Either weld them up or fill them in with that Bondo glass. And we'll just be going over it, slicking her up. That's pretty straight. Oh, there's one right there. Right there. I'm going to take a hammer and straighten the bottom of that bed. There's probably going to be a little crease in there we got to fix. But overall, shouldn't take a whole long time or nothing. This is actually going to be kind of quick compared to, I think it was about 5. Well, I did both El Caminos in 5 months, 6 months. Little dent there. Yeah, like I was stating in the last El Camino ones, maximum money and time, effort applied would probably, you know, I paid $1,200 for this. I got it running, didn't cost nothing. It was just some bad wiring thing there, and I fixed that and it fired right up. Oh yeah, the one tie rod, it wouldn't have been drivable. It was about to fall off. Took that from the parts truck, fix that, and then sell it. $2,500 gone. Quick $1,000-1,200, and laughing all the way to the bank for a couple hours worth of work. But that would be the quickest, easiest way to do it. But like I said, the El Camino and these deals don't come by every day or every week. So yeah, you know, I took a big chance on it because you didn't know if it was going to run or not. So that would be the fastest, easiest, quickest, most profitable way to go on this truck. But we're going all the way, paint, everything. Like I said, did $150 on the interior. It's still an extreme budget build. You know, some asshole commented, I'll tell you why he's an asshole in a minute. He goes, oh, now you're gonna swap beds and paint it. That ain't no budget build. Well, I never said I wasn't gonna swap beds and I wasn't gonna paint it. So I don't know what he's talking about on that part. The bed's free, the paint's free. But for you guys at the end, when I add it all up, down here you can get a bed like this for $200. So you can add $200 to the total when I'm done, if you had to buy a bed. I bought the parts truck at an auction for $400. That's what it's worth over the scales, weight-wise. So the bed to me is free. The paint was free. Like I already mentioned before, I bought it years ago for, I think, my '85 Corvette up there. I never did use it. But if you had to buy the paint, you guys, if you've been following along, you know, $111 for 1 gallon of white. I think you could probably get the kit. It's the gallon kit, gallon paint reducer hardener. You know, $150 you can probably get some decent acrylic enamel for. So you can add $150 at the end. I probably won't. I'll probably just put in on a couple of $100, which includes Bondo, paint, you know, masking tape, sandpaper. I'll put a few $100 on it, just like I did the El Camino. I added $300 onto that, even though the paint was free. It was left over from painting the Avalanche. So once you're in this type of business, guys, you're going to have parts all over the place. You're going to have paint, extra paint, stuff like that. So some of these jobs that come in like this, they ain't going to cost you shit. This thing is not... I got a couple $100. Most I spent was on the weather stripping. $21 for new taillights, $150 on interior stuff, $83 on the weather strip. Somebody asked me where I get it from. eBay. I get it most all my. I don't shop Amazon, so but I always say eBay. I think it's just better to buy stuff from them. More competition. Okay. Oh, so the asshole. I don't know where he come from, guys. I blocked about a half dozen people over the last couple of years, and I unblocked everybody, and he must have been one that I unblocked. So then he rambles on about how Nikki needs a new home with lots of dogs. Nobody's going to take a blind dog. Not that I'm going to give her away or anything anyway, but nobody's going to take a blind dog. Nobody. So, you know, he's ragging on the dog, ragging on the truck. Just an asshole. I didn't block him, but if he keeps it up, I will. Okay, so I think that's about it, guys. She's rolling right along. It ain't gonna be no time at all, really, to get the, well, it'll be a lot of sanding and priming and all that stuff. It always is, but nothing major. You know, no engine swaps we got to do, no big stuff like that. And of course, people say, oh, painting body's a big job. Yeah, well, it's time consuming, but it's well worth it. You know, I mentioned on the El Camino, and this one, I'd rather fix it. Instead of selling it in one day for a quick $1,000, $1,500 profit, I'd rather fix it, because at the end, you get the satisfaction of looking at it and saying, I built that, I fixed it up. They can go to the new owner. I'll probably put this up for sale, and then they can continue if they want, put a LS in it, but it'll be running and driving and a new paint job and decent interior, be a decent truck. I just can't go all the way with it because it's not worth, you know, say $15,000 for the SSL Camino. It ain't, you know, it ain't worth going all the way with it. So anyway, I just thought I'd add that in there. Okay, guys. I think that's it. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't. Bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Free, doesn't cost anything. And come on back. Hit the notification bell. Or make sure you check your subscriptions there when I put out a new video. I'll be starting a new video here probably tomorrow. After I'm going to clean all this up, move the bed. And then we'll start on the body work. I'll set you up on a tripod or whatever, and we'll get to doing the body work on it. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.